Hello everybody, this is Dr. Nur Badsha from University of Engineering and Technology, Peshawar. In this video, I'll be talking about trapezoidal and Simpson rules used for numerical integration. My main focus will be how do we do that by using calculator directly. So let me talk about trapezoidal and Simpson's formulas first and the procedure, how do we do that, and then I'll go towards use of calculator. So uh, the the aim of this method or this video is to how do we find this integral from a to b f of x dx. So initially what do? We divide the given interval a b into n subintervals by finding h, where h is the interval length or width that can be found is upper limit minus lower limit divided by the number of intervals. And then we find the value of x for partition of the interval, that is x naught will be taken as a, x1 will be taken as a plus h, x2 that will be a plus 2h, and then up to xn, which is a plus nh. Once we have found the value of x, then what do? We find the value of function as well. The function will be taken from the integrand, and sometimes we construct a table. That will give you the value of x and corresponding value of function, which can be found by using calculator directly. When you go to mode in the calculator and then you go to press 7 key or maybe different keys, which where you would see the word table. When you press that, you will be in a table environment. They will ask about the initial value, right, first value, final value, and the step length. It will construct a complete table for you, the values of x, the values of y. So the first value of x naught, the corresponding value will be represented as f naught. X1 we take f1, x2 the value will be f2, and so on, right? Then the trapezoidal rule is the trapezoidal rule is doing what? It is basically taking the first value and the last value. Basically, first value means the value of function at the lower bound of the integration, and the last value, which is basically the value of function at upper bound. So they will be added together. You see that like this. Whereas the remaining value of function at different intermediate points, that will be multiplied by 2 and will be added together. And then at the end you will multiply by h divided by 2. That would give you numerical value of the integration by using trapezoidal rule for the given integral. Whereas in Simpson rule, what do? We take again the same thing. The first and the last value will be taken together without a multiple. The value with odd subscripts, keeping in mind this is the first odd subscript, then the next one, then the next one, and these are the even subscript, leaving the first one and the last one. Keep that in mind. So the odd subscript values will be multiplied by 4, whereas the even subscript values will be multiplied by 2. From table you can see that this is the first position, that's f naught. This is the odd position, odd subscript f1. This is the even subscript f2. This will be the odd subscript f3. Then we have f4. Then we have f5, and so on. Okay, keep that in mind. And then at the last one should be f6 or something like that. Right. So one way of doing or finding this integration by either using trapezoidal or Simpson rule, you do what? You simply construct this table by using that table mode, and then you pick the value here and put them in the formula, and by using simply calculator to find all those values. What I'll be doing here, I'll be not constructing this table, even though I will not find the value of this function. I'll be only looking for the value of x, and the calculator will directly find these value for me, and they will add it for me as well, keeping in mind the function. If the function is defined explicitly, then we can do the same thing what I'm doing here. Otherwise the values are already given, so you can simply use the formula directly. So let's do an example for it. We want to find this integral, like the function in this case is defined explicitly, that is f of x is equal to 1 divided by 1 plus x, and h in this case is given, that is 1 divided by 8. So first what do? You can simply go to that table command in calculator, and you will compute, you will give that the initial value, then the final value, and they ask about the steps. So you will give 0, 1, and then you may give that 0.125 or 1 by 8. So it will construct a table for you directly, and then you can pick the value from table and putting the formula. I will not do that. What I'm doing, I'll directly go to calculator and simply compute all those values. You see that that's the table you will be getting from where? From calculator. So these are F1, F3, F5 and so on, whereas I'll need these values, I don't need these values. Okay, so how do you do that? By using calculator. Okay, right, so I'll be defining what? I'll be defining first this value and this value together, and I may call that is E. So let me do that. So E is what? E in that case is 1 over 1 plus a, because the function is 1 over 1 plus x. So the function value is 1 divided by 1 plus a. That means I want to find the value of function at the first point. So the first point is 0. Obviously, I'll give the value 0. Plus 1 over 1 plus b, that is the final value. And then I'll find what? I'll find the next summation of all those values, including this one, right? So I will say f plus the function value. It means I'll first store the value of this e in f, and then I'll add 1 by 1 2 multiple, because 2 times this value plus 2 times this value, so I'll take 2 times the value of function at the value of x. So I just take f plus 2 divided by 1 plus x, and then I'll update the value of x as well. So x will be updated to x is equal to, that is x plus 0.125, which is c. Right, yeah, we can call that d or something like that. You can just write that 0.125 as well. Right, so once we have done that, so what do? We simply press calc. It will ask about the value of a. This is my a, the initial value is a, so I'll just give it value 0, and b is what? That's the final value. I don't put the value of y here, I'll give the value of x, keeping in mind. So the final value is what? That is 1, so I just give 1 to it. Then it will ask about the value of f. So the first value of f, the initial value of f, that was stored in e. So I'll just give the value e to it. Initial value of x is this one now, because this value is already used, so I'll start from here now. So I'll just give it 0.125. Okay, so 0.125. So it's just give you, press equal. It will find e, don't need that. It will find f. At the moment we don't need that. When would I stop? The question is, when would I stop? Because it will be going again and again and again. So once this value become 1, you would stop there. And then dividing the value of f by 2 multiplying by 0.125. That would give you this integral. And simply because h is 1 by 8, and in the formula we are having h by 2, so we can write 1 by 16 as well. It's up to you. You are dividing by 16, or you are multiplying by 0.125 and dividing by 2. Right. So just press equal button. You don't need to change any value at this moment, right? So press equal. You just keep in mind, or keep in view, that the value of x doesn't exceed 1, or even though it doesn't reach to 1. Once this value become 1, you would stop. So I'll go there, still go, because I'm the 375. You see that I'll go there and so on. So the value of x is at 0.75 now. So I need to go further. Once this value become 1, I'll stop. You see, is that right? So we have, see, still the value is 7 by 8. So I'll move one step more. Right. So I'll just use this value later on. If I see the next value of x, that will be 1. So I'll stop there. I'll not find a next step. So what would I do now? So I would now just cancel this, and I'll take f, because my value is stored as f, and divide that by 16, or maybe divide by 2, right? And then multiply it by h, which is 0.125. And that would give you exactly 0.6941. So that's the way to implement trapezoidal rule. Whereas in case of Simpson rule, the concept is same, but you see there are two groups of values. Okay. One value is what is, it is taking the odd position value. You see x1, x3, x5 and x7, whereas for multiple of 2 it is taking the value as x2, x4, x6. So it's a bit tricky once you do that formulation in the calculator. So let me do that for you. The first step is same. We'll doing what? That's E equals. We take just E equals, again the same thing. The function is what? That is 1 divided by 1 plus A plus 1 divided by 1 plus B. Okay, that's the value of E. We first find, then a separator, and then we go for F. So my F will be what? F will be, again the concept is same. F is equal to again F, and then we say plus. So we'll be using now two terms here. In previous case, in trapezoidal rule, we did what? We simply take 2 divided by 1 plus x. But now we are using two different multiples, so I'll be using x here and y here. Where x will be taking the value at odd position, whereas the y will be taking value at the even position. So we can take two values of functions, that is 4 divided by, in fact I will do what? I'll be taking 4 multiplied by c. I'll just explain that why do I introduce this value c, divided by 1 plus x. C is not h in this case, keeping in mind. Okay, c is just a value. It could be either 1 or it could be 0. And the next term is plus. Again I will take word that is 2 times, and I'll take d here, and this is 1 plus y. Is that right? So for x I'll be taking these values 0.125, 0.375 in a sequence, and then 0.625 and 0.875. You can redefine x and y by yourself, but there will be some confusion later on, so it's better to just put the value directly from there manually. So I'll just press calc. It will ask about the initial value of a, that is 0. Final value is b, which is 1. Then I'll replace f with e first, right? C, in this case I'll be taking 1, because why I'm taking that, you see that when I take this value, first step I'll take x1 this one, x2 this one, the next step x3 and x4, then x5 and x6, whereas in the last step I'll be having x7, but I don't have x8 because x8 is already used. So that's why when I reach to the end point, I'll be taking d equal to 0, right? Otherwise d will be 1. So just press equal. X is starting from here now, it's 0.125, equal d is 1, and y is this value 0.250. Then it's okay, it's found. Next time don't change, and then c is 1, remain the same. X will be now what? It will be 0.375. D is still 1, and y will be 0.5. Press equal, again a is 0, b is 1, f will be same, c is 1, d is, x will be 0.625 now, 0.625, d is 1, y will be this one of 0.75. Then we press equal, a, b, f, and then we have again c1 is okay. X will be taken as 0.875 now, whereas what about d? In this case, see, there is no other even subscript position value. See, we are up x7. x8 is already used, so we don't consider x8. So the next value of is there is no value, so I'll take this value 0. And whatever the y value, we don't take that, so it's okay. So we have found this f is 16.635. Now you would multiply this value by h dividing by 3 is, in Simpson formula we are having h by 3, or you simply take division that by what, by 24. So divide this value by 24, you will get the value of this integration. So how do we do that? Divide that by 24, which is 0.6932, which is the correct value. If you have any question, any confusion, you can just drop a message in the comment box. Thank you very much. See you in next video.